Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to modify some popular games and toys using UV resin. Today I'm actually going to modify the alphabet Apple by VTech that I know a lot of parents do have. The tricky thing about this toy is the shapes are kind of rounded and they're apple shaped, so a lot of stickers or Braille labels tend to fall off. So I want to show you guys another way that you guys could modify these toys. I use UV resin, and then I also have, these are hot stones. Any kind of rhinestones could work, but I like to use these hot stones. And once you guys adhere the rhinestones using UV resin, it's permanent and it's glossy and it's clear. So, you know, the kids could play with it and you'll never worry about it having to fall off. So I'm going to just go ahead and show you how to do a few of the letters, just so you guys get an idea, and then I'll show you how it cures and then show you the final result. Alright, so for projects like this, I like to use the nail polish type of applicator, and the wonderful thing about UV resin is that it actually stays, I guess, wet until you actually cure it under the light. So you have a lot of leeway as far as, you know, making adjustments, making corrections, changing things, etc., etc. So I'm actually going to do section by section just because I want to make sure that I can get all of it under the UV curing lamp. And so it's literally just looks like nail polish. So you just, you know, put some on. So I'm putting the nail polish, well, it's not nail polish, it's UV resin. I'm actually applying it onto each of the apples. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these little hot stones that I have, and I'm going to go ahead and put them on. Oops. So I'm actually adhering the little rhinestones onto each of the apples. And the rhinestones that I'm using are, I believe these are size SS10 or 3 millimeters. Okay. And like I said, the good thing about the UV resin is it does stay wet. So if you make a mistake or you want to make an adjustment, it's really easy to do. So I'm just going to put this on kind of messy right now just to show you guys how to do it. And then I'll show you guys how it cures. And then the end results. So like I said, I know it's going on messy, but I'm just going to put it on just to show you and then readjust it in a little bit. And the cool thing about resin is it's really versatile. You can make a lot of different things with it. I also like to make Braille jewelry with it. I do a lot of labels. So, okay. I'm just going to go through and kind of just realign things so that it actually looks pretty somewhat decent. Sorry. Okay. Keep in mind that this is a chemical, and so I would definitely not recommend having your children do this with you. So, okay, now that it's all lined up, I'm gonna actually take it under the curing lamp. Alright, so this is actually the curing lamp. It's a UV light and it has different time settings, and depending on the type of UV resin that you use, it's going to depend on how long you're actually going to cure it for. For the particular resin that I'm using, I'm going to cure it for 1 minute. And so, you know, it's pretty simple. It's a UV lamp. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and directly place it over the area. Whoops.
Ready for an alphabet apple adventure? Let's have some music.
So I'm going to cure it for 1 minute.
Press any button
and I'm going to
fun.
turn that off.
See you later.
And so you'll see that it's actually curing under the light. Okay. So I did pause it and I'm curing it again. So that's kind of an inside look. So I rest the lamp on top of the actual toy and let it cure directly over it. Okay, so the curing itself has finished, and if you actually touch it, it's completely dry and it's hardened, and it actually is just like the plastic itself. So you could rub the rhinestones, but it's not going to fall off. All right, so I did actually finish the entire board. And I'm going to actually zoom in. And with the UV resin, like I said, it's plastic, and so it blends right in. There's no obvious marks or bumps or anything like that. And the way that the UV resin actually, molds, it's completely flush. And you could still feel the rhinestones for the Braille. And like I said, this is permanent, and so no matter how hard you try to peel it off, it's actually not going to come off. I prefer using UV resin for projects like this just because it's easier to use, it's less messy. I know that the glue E4000 or something like that is actually a resin-based adhesive, but I feel like it gets a little bit too messy. With this, I can just, apply it and then put the Braille on and then just cure it, and then it's done. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. This is a really helpful way to, modify other toys that have some really odd shapes, some odd textures where you can't really apply, Braille labels or stickers and such. And, UV resin is extremely versatile. Like I said earlier, it's really flexible. You can do a lot of things with it. I also make, little trinkets for my son. It's just a little charm with his name on it. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Thanks.